What up, everyone? This is Mr. Lord, Dr. Professor Dark Joker, here with another edition of Traditional Fans with Opinions, where I'll give my reviews for whoever I watched, read, or played today. And who are Traditional Fans with Opinions? That is myself, and that is you, the viewers. With all that being said, on with the reviews. The beginning after the end, season 2, episode 2. So this episode, so Arthur's not in this a lot. He's only in this episode briefly. Basically, beginning you see characters named Lucas and Elijah talking. So one of the characters, so you have Elijah Knight who's an adventurer. Then you have Lucas White. So Lucas is an interesting character. So he appears to be part elvish, basically. So and like so basically so his so basically his family wants to produce powerful mages. So elves were brought in somehow, like into the um into the family somehow. We don't know why, whether it's through marriages, whether it's through slaves. We don't know. Like at least at least in the show, at least it's not revealed yet. Like the source material, I'm sure is already revealed that. Like, so I'm not gonna get to it too much. So anyway, so basically, so Arthur, he doesn't care much about being the strongest. Like mage, I mean, he doesn't have to care in order to be that. He probably could be the strongest mage regardless if he cares or not. So this episode most focused on Tessia. So Tessia, Faerith, and Vio, they work as adventurers in the human, like basically realm in order to help cooperation between, the three species, elves, humans, and dwarves. Now, since the war between the three races was still recent in many people's minds, they get attacked by some humans and dwarves. And when the three of them are asked to hunt, a boar monster, some villagers aren't willing to, give them some intel. Now, two kids, tell Tessia where the boar's at, so the three elves fight the boar, and they have some issues due to, like, their magic being weak against it. So some group had sent the boar. Basically, some group wants Tessia to die in human territory so that there can be a war between elves and humans. We don't know exactly what their full reasoning is. Like, at least the viewers don't. So, whatever their full motivations, why they care so much about getting a war, that's not been revealed yet. So anyway, so Tessia uses technique Arthur taught her to like absorb mana from the surrounding environment, and she's able to kill the boar that way by enhancing her like physical strength so that she could kill the boar. Now so whatever group this is, they're pissed off, but they want to try kill Tessia again later. The villagers don't thank the elves for slaying the boar, bunch of ungrateful pricks. But the two kids, they're happy. So Virion's watching Tessia through Crystal, and then Virion and Good Sky are talking, and they hope that they talk about. I guess they know each other from the past, and they hope that Tessia and Arthur's friendship will change the world in regards to the bring more friendly relations between the three races. Now, Tessia and Faerith, they're students at Zyrus Academy. Now, Vio wants to visit with them so that in order to see Arthur. Now, Tessia was not aware that Vio knew Arthur. Like Tessie had not seen Arthur since he left Eleanor. Now apparently Faerith and Vio they've been able to go to Xyrus, visit Arthur, see his family. And Tessia's jealous, so she goes to Arthur's house, but she's nervous now, trying to figure out what to say when she sees Arthur. But she gets scared when she sees Alice and Eleanor, and she like runs away. So that bit was funny. So yeah, I thought it was a decent episode. You know, obviously like so for what I know about the account, so Tessia I think is like I don't know if she's necessarily a full-time student yet. Like, cause they're like don't know exactly what the whole like. So obviously some strings were pulled to get elves into the school. Like honestly, some strings were pulled, and yeah, so and Arthur, is being an adventurer right now. He'll probably be like in the school at like at some point like soon, like however many years it's been. I don't know how many years it's been. So well, I mean, it's probably been about time for where he would start school. But once that happens, like obviously we'll see what happens, like how the school goes. Like, but yeah. So overall, that was a decent episode. Looking forward to the next one. Reborn is a vending machine. I now wander the dungeon. Season 3, episode 2. So in this episode, so director Scourging joins Boxo's group as they're going to the Dog Mountain Stroud. They're sailing towards it, and then basically, so the girl in the clam, is named Pity. She explains she sank into herself to the ocean because she didn't want to join Cariol, but she was also wanting him to come back for her. Now, Pity recognizes Soulring, but she's scared of Scorching, so Boxo gives her some sweets to cheer up, and it works. So Pity is very shy. Everyone else in the group tries to help her not be as shy, and Boxo reveals a form called a Viewfinder. Now, so yeah, and then basically, so when they find Carriol and his whole family, Heavy disguises everyone as like except for Pity. So Pity doesn't want to work with Carriol, and Carriol, who recognizes her, sees her disguise, he undoes his disguise, and so everyone heads outside there to like hash things out because Carol doesn't want to destroy the house. So Solreem arrives with Carriol's son. So she had revived him, but basically her snow spirit powers like keep the curse at bay. And basically, the kid has to stay near her, or else the curse will be back on. Basically, the kid's a hostage to keep Carol's family under the Netherlord. So Scorching fights Solring to counter her, uses flame powers because Scorching's a flame spirit. So uses flame powers to counter Solring's ice powers. And so and then so Philmina and her sons reveal their vampire forms. So everyone fights each other. Now, what's funny is Lamis reads this list of questions that from a survey that she and Boxer did with all the villagers, and basically like, look, people like so whether or not they would forgive the family if they came back. Either accepted like when they found their action forgivable. Some said, look, as a parent, like if they had a kid in that service, they probably would make a similar decision. And some were wondering if Filmina like if like Kiriel's a good match for Filmina. Some were like saying Pro some say like no, some say like well, basically like if Philomena could do better, some say Kirill should just die. And Kirill's like, wait, what? Let's not read that question. Dude, it's so funny. But so it was like if the group came back, if that family came back and accepted punishment, would they be forgiven? Most said yes. But the fight has to happen. The fight happens, and so you see and it's like there's something where I guess some women I guess you work at some like bar, based like a gentleman's club or something. Said they miss Carriel's his like him being a customer, and Flamina's like, "What is this?" And Farrah's like, "No, no, no, I was she was like, he was like, "No, no, the boys wanted me to take it," and the son's like, "Hey, you said not to tell mom about this." Like that bit's so funny. So yeah, so then filming her sons, they reveal they have some vampire forms. Now Flaminia has two wings. Their sons have one wing each. And so you have Boxo, how he's able to distract the two sons. So he transforms himself into a basically a magazine dispenser. So like with some very attractive women in those magazines, and those let's say I mean they're very easily distracted by it. Basically, they do basically what that one guy in Assassination Classroom tried to do to Koro Sensei with the porn stash and over the hole. Porn will save the world. That quote is still so funny. And so yeah, now Michiel fights Carriol. That's actually a cool fight. And then basically so and it was funny. You have Lamis is kind of annoyed about the magazines that Boxo dispensed. She's kind of annoyed by that. It's funny. Now Sori reveals that Boxo was the group's true target, so she uses her magic to like engulf him. And yeah, that's it. So yeah, I thought it was a very good episode. Very funny in how like some of the stuff in this how they interacted with Kirill and his family. Because obviously it's like there's a lot of humor in it. Like in this, the guy's like a roguish character. He's like, dude, oh, it was so funny. But yeah, I thought it was a really good episode. Looking forward to the next one. Daredevil Born Again, season 2, episode 4. So in this one, Bullseye calls so he goes to the diner, this diner where calls the AVTF, claims that Punisher is there, so the AVTF comes in, they see Bullseye, and Bullseye kills all of them. And so Mr. Charles confronts Kingpin about, basically the weapons, their movement from Red Hooks is delayed. Kingpin threatens him, and basically, due to Daredevil causing problems for both of them, obviously there's an issue getting weapons. So then Vanessa goes to Governor McCaffrey to help negotiate things for Kingpin. McCaffrey says that Vanessa built everything going on her own. That McCaffrey claims that she doesn't need Kingpin. Um, and Vanessa basically says she wants to be with Kingpin, and McCaffrey says she'll help Kingpin as long as Vanessa's with him, because she doesn't like Kingpin, but she trusts Vanessa. I'm like, I'm more. Why is she willing to work with a mob boss? Like Kingpin is a mob boss. That is what he is. That is public knowledge within, like, by everyone within the show. Like everyone's forgetting that he's a mob boss. Like this isn't like something that's just alleged. It's like no, he was convicted multiple times. I mean, like what happened with the in the previous shows, like with Hawkeye, um, Echo, and so yeah, it's freaking retarded. And so now, so Daredevil investigates, the cop killings at the diner, and in a Clinton church where Bullseye has been going to do some like confessional type stuff a few times, and he finds Bullseye's apartment, and he confronts Bullseye, and Bullseye says he's gonna kill Kingpin in order to make up for killing Foggy, and Daredevil tells him don't to not turn Kingpin into a martyr. But Bullseye escapes. Now Karen meets with McDuffie, and now some cops try to get into they storm into McDuffie's um like so like McDuffie's of office or to get like any files on Swordsman, but so Swordsman's not involved. Like he's basically I guess not gonna fight, and he tells Daryl he's basically gonna let Daryl use his money to help, and then basically then and so apparently there's some U.S. Marshals supposed to come in order to deal with Christophe Sava, who's the first Maid Lord Star, and pay Karen's trying to get McDuffie to record the testimony of Sava in order to I guess use as evidence against Kingpin. Now Bush Cashman kills Sava and the U.S. Marshals later. Now one they have so Angela leaks some recordings from prisoners in Kingpin's special prisoner to BB. Now Kingpin fights a basically a public boxing match at Fogwell's gym against Matterhorn. And so now Kingpin did not want Vanessa there, but Vanessa does attend. And Bullseye arrives and kills multiple AVTF officers. Now Vanessa shoots Bullseye, and and as Bullseye tries to throw a glass ornament, and Kingpin shatters the ornament with his, he won. Kingpin won, so he had a winner's belt. Now the glass ornament shatters, and a shard of the ornament hits Vanessa in the head, and she collapses, and she's bleeding. And Kingpin asks for someone to call an ambulance. Now Daredevil keeps Kingpin from killing Bullseye, and they escape. Like I'm sure that's not gonna be good because so okay that's the end of it. So Vanessa might be dead now. Now I don't know if she's gonna die. Like honestly, it'd be better off. The show would be better off if she's dead because making her seem taking so much away from Kingpin. Because look, Kingpin is supposed he's supposed to be this big time mob boss, not basically be almost like second fiddle to Vanessa. Like I would say killing Vanessa will actually be a good idea because let Kingpin go full on Kingpin. Now, I mean, of course, there's a lot of stuff that you can't So, I mean, because I don't think they're gonna bring Richard Fisk into this, to my knowledge, because obviously Richard Fisk, is the son of Kingpin, in the comics, and he was in the animated series, Spider-Man animated series, and so in the comics he's Vanessa and Kingpin's son, like that is what he's known for. So I don't know if they'll you know like I don't like who knows Because obviously if Vanessa dies, that means they're probably not going to bring in Richard eventually. Now there's some, of course, there'll be some complications with where's Richard been this whole time if he does exist. But yeah, anyway, so I don't know, like I don't know how exactly they're gonna handle this. Like Vanessa, like I'd be so shocked if they kill off Vanessa. I think they should kill her off now. Let Kingpin go full Kingpin and see what happens. Like, of course, they want us to last 3 seasons, so I guess they probably won't do it. I think Vanessa's gonna live. Now, her injury will make her a martyr, even though she's not dead. Like, basically, turn people more onto Kingpin's side, and basically, yeah. And with some of the, yeah, and that it's basically gonna make all bunch of New York look freaking retarded. That's essentially what it is. Look, like almost as retarded at also no, probably more retarded than the humans in Dragon Ball Z. Because the humans in Dragon Ball Z, like the people who aren't the Z fighters, they're all freaking retarded. Like you know how they all blindly think, "Oh, Mr. Satan's this great fighter. He protects us all," even though there's so much evidence to the contrary. And the fact that no one's put Mr. Satan on his butt and exposed him as a fraud still pisses me off. These humans in New York are gonna be are even dumber. Because like it's like you have a mob boss convicted multiple times, like basically has been exposed multiple times. Like at what point are you going? And I like, dude, it's so stupid. Like, and it's like Swordsman's just not involved now. Technically, Swordsman is supposed to be evil, and now yes, he is. I guess more of a heroic character in the MCU. Now he does become a hero in the comics, but he starts off as a villain, and he's like, uh, if I recall correctly, Swordsman is um like Hawkeye's mentor, like and was like his enemy there. And yeah, so so I didn't like this episode. It's stupid. It's retarded. Like I don't know why. I seriously don't know. Like how in the world did this get renewed for a third season? I don't know how it got renewed for a second season. Like, frick, if I wasn't reviewing this, I wouldn't have bothered watching it. 'Cause it's so freaking bad. Like, to hell with this series. I mean, I'll finish it out, but it's freaking awful. Yeah, hopefully that third season gets canceled. Like, I don't think, like, I definitely don't think they'll make it to season 4. Like, I don't know how they're doing 3. Like, but it must be very cheap, like effects wise. But yeah, I am not a fan of this episode. Like, I'll finish the series. Classroom the Elite, season 4, episode 5. So in this episode, so everyone's shocked that I and the Koji getting perfect scores, and like people are wondering what the heck. So now Hirokita claims that she asked Ayana Koji to hide his like to basically just get average scores to just make sure he does bare minimum to pass, and basically like to hide his abilities to use as a trump card later. And now Iron Koji was trying to come up with the excuse for it, and basically Hirokita came up with that herself. So like, and he appreciated that. So now, and then obviously, and then Hirokita and Ayana Koji got to deal with the whole issue like about the 20 million point bounty on Ayano to get him expelled. So they don't know who did it. Well, or at least Hirokia doesn't know. Ayano, who knows how much he honestly like with how what like with how smart he is, he does a lot more than he lets on, probably even to the viewer. Like so then so Hirokita joins the student council in order to keep an eye on class president Nagamo to see where make sure like what reforms he's wanting to do that it doesn't become a problem, that his reforms don't become a problem, and in case he's the one who did the bounty now, and then and so and Kei and Ayanokoji meet in Ayanokoji's room, and basically Kei say that she's concerned about like telling that everyone about like them dating because I guess it'll look like to some people that she's dating him for status, and Ayanokoji's like why, and he's like well, and like basically Ayanokoji says well isn't it like for like basically he says it's more of a status for men than it is for like status thing for men than it is for women. Like basically to date like someone like Kay, and Kay's like complimented by that, and so Ian Koji tries to like kiss her, but then uh Amasawa knocks on the door, so interrupting them, and then Ian Koji opens it, and basically he has to like let her in with her groceries, whatever, and so it makes things awkward. So Amasawa reveals that she's the one who was the one who instigated the whole confrontation between Ayakoji and Hausen, and so and Ayakoji had noticed that she caused it when she was very confidently selecting the knife for the food, and so Amasawa leaves with leaves the groceries with Ayakoji and leaves. So now Ayakoji suspects that she could be that Amasawa could be the White Room student, but he's wondering if she is one, why would she be revealing her true nature at this point? Now I'm not gonna spoil anything about that, but so now later, so you know, Kabashira, talks about the summer break coming up, and reveals the special test for the the everyone going on a cruise for another island test. So there's another island exam. Obviously season one ended with an island exam. Of course, season two started with the rest of that cruise, whatever. Yeah. So yeah, it seems like I guess there's a yeah, I guess there's like an island exam for a lot of times. Like what? But yeah. So we'll see like what happens. Like yeah. So we'll see what happens with this like cruise whatever. So yeah, I thought this was a good episode. Looking forward to the next one. Dorohedoro season 2 episode 4. So in this episode yeah, you have Dokuga's group with the and the Cross Eyes gang trying to deal with the issue with landlord, and you have yeah, so yeah, that going on. Then obviously you have a Nikaido, some of her backstory shown. Choda reads like some stuff she wrote about like her backstory, and Choda kind of gets bored, and he while taking a bath, he actually causes the contract to leave his body, so he turns back to normal. And N finds out, sees him, and learns the truth. Now Ebisu leaves, and like basically Fujia's not happy, but far as whatever's going with everyone else, like who knows, but yeah, and yeah, so and then yeah, so what's going on? Like yeah, so obviously you know there's the issue of like obviously the landladies dead. Basically, the cross eyes are trying to like cover up the death, but it's just causing bigger mess, which is the whole like, it's kind of funny. But yeah, so and then the one thing with Nikito's backstory is this, so the reason she makes gyoza a lot is because like her aunt made it a lot, and like and basically like, she do like basically she knows Kawajiri, aka Asu, and then yeah, so we'll we'll see like what happens like with later episodes, like because obviously you have how N's gonna deal with because there's a whole bit of Asu getting ripped apart and then turned into a sorcerer, like pretty messed up. I mean, but there's a lot of blood and gore in this, and so we'll see what happens. But yeah, I thought this was a decent episode. Looking forward to the next one. Well, that's it. Did y'all like the stuff I reviewed? And if you have your own opinions about all that, you can put all that in the comments. Thank you for watching, and like, subscribe, and all that. And look forward to the next video.